Hello and welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me again for another night of live. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, author, educator, and public speaker. I am the voice for those who suffer in silence. It is indeed a blessing to be here with you, tonight, as it is my hope to educate, empower, and encourage each and every one of you who take the time out to visit this platform. Um, Tonight we're going to talk about a fight that I had today. We're going to talk about a fight that I had today. And so nonetheless, let's do a little housekeeping here. The topic tonight uh, goes right along with getting to know who you are and understanding where your hangups are. And so my book, Recreating a Better Me, will give you an idea of where to find ourselves, where to find our hangups, where to find our limitations. It's all about recreating who we are so that we are better, so we don't have to keep going around the struggles of life. So if you don't have a copy of the book, click the link that is in the description box. You can click that link and get a copy of that book. And for those of you who have the book, you may just want to go back through some of the chapters in the book and get a refresh, because it is good for that, getting a refresher. So click the link and you can get a copy of that book there on Amazon or from my website. Nonetheless, guys, I appreciate you being here with me tonight. As tonight, the topic is I had a fight today. I had a fight today, and I wanted to come and share with you the details of what that looked like. And I know that the topic can be misleading for some, but do you know that the biggest struggle and the biggest fights and the biggest issues that we have don't come from the outside? They come from within ourselves. And that's first and foremost where we need to get and understand that no one on the outside can do us any more harm than we do to ourselves. And this is where I was today. I've struggled. It's not only today. This is something that just has been building up over time. It's hey Keisha, how are you, baby? This is something that has been building up over time. There are issues that are left undealt with. There's so many layers to the issues that I have, the issues that I deal with. Um, so many untapped areas that I have yet to deal with, because the traumas and the pains and the rejections and things are so deep. There's only so much that you can process at a time. So one thing that I realized today as I was fighting with myself, um, going through all these different emotional baggages, looking at my life, looking at where I am, looking at business, looking at career, and not really satisfied, not really fulfilled, still having these feelings of sometimes just wanting to give up and wondering what the heck am I doing, you know? And I just had to get real with myself. And today I had to call myself into question and say, look here, girl, it's time to get this together. It's time to really understand where your hangups are. Yes, you do all this well, but at the same time, you haven't even dealt with um, some of the things that needs to be addressed before you're ready to take on more, or before you're ready to go to new heights and meet new people and just expand the places to where you're destined to go. One of the things that I realized that I had an issue with was selling to people. I have an issue with selling people things. Now, girl, you might say, yeah, how are you going to have a business? How are you in business if you don't like to sell stuff? Well, selling things, you have to establish relationships with people. You have to talk about your product or your service. You have to engage. You have to use certain tactics. And I call them manipulative tactics. Well, much of that, as it relates to selling stuff, having those more intimate conversations about the product, bragging about your product or your service, or speaking of it so confidently. I have a problem with all that. That's my hang up. That's my flaw. So I have to get real with myself and say, hey, girl, it's time to get, hey, Melanie, how are you, baby? It's time to really get it together. Now, either we're going to do this thing and we going all in, or we not. And it's as simple as that. And guess what? What I don't do for the things that I'm destined to do, and I think that can't nobody else do it like me, well, let me just live long enough and die, and we'll see. Live long enough and die and see who's going to do what you know that you are here in this world and purpose to do, and you don't do it because you can't get over you. So yeah, I had a hey Rita, how are you, baby? Yeah, I had to have a fight with myself. I fought with myself. I did. How in the heck am I going to do anything if I'm not willing to share or have enough confidence in what I do or have enough uh I can't get over myself long enough to talk about it. Talking about things doesn't necessarily mean that I'm arrogant about it, or that I'm trying to minimize somebody else and make mine esteem so much. But this is the way that I've been conditioned. I've been conditioned, and I had to really own that. I've been conditioned to be this way. And that's no different than any one of you guys. The reason we are suffering in silence, the reason we can't get to our next level as confident as we want to, is because we've been conditioned in so many ways to sit down and take a back seat and let somebody else do it. And I know I'm not the only one. I know if we really get real with ourselves, many of us would be farther along in our life at 40, 50, 60, 70 than we are right now had we not been so conditioned by people trying to silence our voice. And so this is where I'm at. So today, I had to get myself and get real with myself and honest enough with myself and say, girl, today is the last day you're going to be right here with this issue. You're going to either get it together or you're going to move on out the way. I can't keep going like I'm the only one that holds myself back. None of you guys do it. You guys can't hold me back. You there is nothing you can do to damage my reputation, nothing you can do to hurt my character, nothing you can do to make me want to turn back and go back to where I've came from over the past 45 years. Only I can do that. You can try, but really, if we're really real with ourselves, we're the only one doing damage to us. And if you're sitting here and you're listening to me tonight and you haven't reached the levels of your life that you want to reach, there's nobody's fault but our own. So there you go. It's not a husband can do it. It's not a child of mine that can do it. It's not a friend of mine that can do it. It's all me. I talk myself out of stuff. I hold myself back by my own stinking thinking. Something as simple as talking to people and sharing with people how my product works, how I know it works, and how it's going to benefit them, holding me back from really getting to the next level. Waiting on somebody else to speak up, waiting on somebody else to validate us, waiting on somebody else to say it's okay for you to speak and do. Guys, when are we going to learn? When are we going to learn? So yeah, if I have to fight myself every day for the next 30 days, every day for the next 3 months, every day for the next 12 months or a year and a half, if I have to fight myself every day, then it's on. Game on. Game on. I'm silent in areas that are uncomfortable for me because I didn't want to go there. Knowing how it's done, knowing how to play the game, know how to make those steps and those strides, yet holding myself back. Not afraid of what other people are going to think, not afraid of what other people are going to say when they see me taking on those levels, not afraid of having other people watching me and following me and encouraging them and helping them grow and develop, not afraid of any of that. Just afraid to hear my own voice, talk about my own talents, talk about my own products, talk about my own service, to sell it to someone else who can benefit from it. So yeah, I had a fight today, and it was a knockdown drag out. And so if you see me over the next 12 months and I'm battered and bruised, dog it, just know I had a fight with myself. And I'm going to continue to fight until I come up out of this. That's a stronghold. That's even to me. I think about the three with the talents that God gave the talents to, and they took it and they multiplied that talent. But then you had the one with the one talent that went and hid it because he was afraid. Come on, y'all, what are we doing? Do you ever wonder why that seed is within us? All that talent. It's not to be made ashamed of. It is to help us. It is to build legacy and wealth for our families. And no, it's not for everybody. Some of that, I already get that. I get that. It's not for everybody. But you're doing all this well, but you'll hold yourself up. This one little thing that you know needs to be put and applied to whatever it is you're doing to blow you up. Man, you know, I look at, hey, Sister Shay, how are you? And Carzell, how are you, babe, Melanie? I look at you guys. I look at you guys. I listen. I look forward to listening to Dr. Shay Bills. I look forward to it. What good is it going to do her to come out here and teach us every night, Monday through Friday, teaching us, and we never apply the principles? She man, she's given me everything I needed for the past couple weeks. And me with my stubborn self, me with my can't get over mentally conditioned to sit back and look humble. Come on, man. I don't know humble anywhere that them fed anything or them created a legacy. It's a lot of humble laying out in those cemeteries somewhere. A lot of talent, a lot of products and services laying out, buried in the ground. I'm confident enough to know somebody needs what I have. But if I'm not willing to give 120% of it, what good is it going to profit me? Because at the end of the day, what I've given out into this universe is going to be here long after I take my last breath. I've left something here. People are going to benefit from it. What good is it going to be for me to be so conditioned and so held back in my own mind that I can't move past that? I can't get over me long enough to leave it here, to let somebody see it, to be visible, to share the accomplishments that I have. Many of them, many accomplishments have helped many of people. That is what I live for. But yet I hold it in. I'm silenced in my voice when it comes to sharing that with people who needs to hear that, with people who don't know how to trust other people. They've been hurt, they've been criticized, they've been rejected, they've been abused, they've been betrayed, they've been misused, and looking for someone to trust. And yet we withhold our gift, we withhold our information, and we never let it be known. Because we've been so mentally conditioned with this slave mentality that the slave is silent and they can't say anything, or you don't want to talk about that, you want to be humble, all that. Come on. Today it's a done deal. I'm over it. I'm over it. And I challenge you to have that same fight with yourself. I don't know any other word to use. Grab yourself by the collar. And it's time to get real with yourself. Because I know that every name that I've seen on this timeline tonight, you ones that have been brave enough to come in and comment and make a comment, each of you have talent. Each of you have greater depths that you have not tapped into. And nobody's holding you back but you. Nobody's holding you back but you. So let's just get real with it. And it's not that you don't know. It's not that you don't know. You know. You know what areas you're holding back in. So it is what it is, guys. So I had a fight with myself, and it was a knockdown, drag out. And I'm going to drag myself right into my destiny and my purpose. Because as much as I've done, there's so much in me to do. And if that means I need to just sit down and revamp and rethink and re-strategize and put all of this stuff in perspective and apply what I've learned, what Dr. Shay Bills is teaching me, what August Crenshaw is teaching me, what I've learned from Eric Anderson, all this stuff that I go through social media pages looking and trying to learn, these webinars, all this stuff that I've invested in, all the value that you're giving me, and I'm sitting on it. Come on, guys. Let's get real with ourselves. Who cares if no one believes in it or want to support it or they want to hold us back? Today is the day to have that fight with yourself, and let's get real and let's get moving, because we don't know when we're going to take our last breath, and we don't want to take what we have to the cemetery with us. We want to leave it all out here in the universe right now. So those of us that are needing us and that are following us and that are watching us and that are listening to us and that are buying into us can have what they need to create and build that legacy of wealth and build that legacy and shift that mindset and break out of those poverty chains and mediocrity so they can do it. We have to give it out. We have to leave it all here. I appreciate you guys taking out the time to be here and listening to me tonight. I appreciate those of you who have also been in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video. Don't forget to like and share this video. I challenge you to have that heart to heart, have that fight, whatever it takes for you to have it with yourself. Next 24 hours, we ought to be better. Next 24 days, we ought to be better. Next 24 weeks, we ought to be better. We should not be in the same place. Day after day, month after month, year after year. I am your host, Anntricia Bray Smith, author, educator, and public speaker. I'll meet you right back here tomorrow night. I can't say 10 p.m. because I work late, but I'll be here tomorrow night. If not 10 p.m., shortly after. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.